Hello friends, it is Mrs. P. I am here to finally do my debt update for September. I've been excited to see the numbers, but I've just been really busy. Like finding all the numbers for the debt update it takes a lot of time to sit down and like go on each website or whatever and get the numbers, do the calculations, all that stuff. I have my cheat sheet over to the side so that I can just copy onto here and not have to do a bunch of adding and things like that while I'm filming, because that is just a lot. And I am a noise person, like a sensitive noise person. The click, 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 like I know some people call that, I don't know, satisfying. That, what is it, ASMR? Is that what it's called? I'm not sure. I may be saying something bad. I don't even know. But anyway, I am not that person. I get, like, I can't handle those noises. In fact, my kids at school, I've told them all that when like they tap their pencils or they have this thing where they like flick their cheek and make a water droplet sound. So I tell them I'm allergic to those noises, and when they start doing, I'm like, y'all, I can feel my throat swelling. And they get a kick out of it because they know I'm not really allergic to the noises, but I just can't. It just bothers me. Anyway, so that's why one reason I don't like to add on camera is because I'm not a big fan of it myself. I do want to say, like, I like to give you a little chatty update at the beginning, and I am sorry if you don't like this, and I wish I knew how to put like the timestamp to where you could just like click through it. But just, I know that if you're on your phone, you can just tap the side and then fast forward, so you can just miss all this stuff and just get right to the debt update. But I had a really hard day at school today, and it's not often that I am is what they say, in the basement. I'm usually the person trying to pull everybody else up. I like to be happy. I like to be fun. I like things to, especially on Fridays, I call it Fun Friday, and that's the day I let the kids listen to headphones or music while they do their work or catch up, whatever. Today started out okay. We had a meeting, and I'm not going to try to throw anybody under the bus. And I'm going to say that being a teacher is hard. And 98% of the time, it's not hard because of the kids. I mean, every now and then you get a kid that's tough. But I am good with kids. I'm good with tough kids. Like, I actually I like the challenge, to try to be their person, It's the adults. Adults mess everything up. And I'm not just talking about parents, because I'm a parent too. I mean, there are some difficult parents, don't get me wrong. But sometimes the micromanaging in the school system is tough. And if you're a teacher, you know what I'm talking about. The constant, you need to do this, you need to do this. Oh, let's revamp. Nope, take it back. Let's start over, do this instead. This year has been so tough because we've started with new technology, like information system, I guess. SIS is what it's called. System? I don't know. I don't even know if that's what it's called. But it's where we put all of our assignments and things, and it's all new. They just changed 70 schedules in our 8th grade class, and we lost all of our grades. So I spent an entire day putting in new grades, and then they keep getting messed up again. I don't know what's going on, and it's a lot of work, and it's time consuming, and it's taking me away from preparing and planning for my class. And it's frustrating because I am a teacher and I want to teach. I don't want to be doing little petty office stuff, And today somebody said something that really rubbed me the wrong way. And I have high expectations for all of my students, and I tell them that, and they know that. And I want them to always believe that they can do everything they want to do. And I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I can get them there, and that they can believe in themselves. And today, we're 26 days into the school year. Oh my goodness, I am 5 minutes into this video, and I'm still talking about school. So sorry. But let me just say this. We have a student who has missed 5 days out of the 26. Now, 5 days doesn't sound like a lot until you think about 5 days. That's almost a day a week that they've missed. So they're failing. But this is a very bright kid, and they wanted to completely take all the rigor out for him. They wanted us to make his workload smaller. And I don't believe in that when I know what the kid's potential is. And I want to push them higher, you know? And it was very frustrating. Somebody that is not in my classroom does not see how I teach and they don't see what I can do and what I want to do with these kids and want to tell me I'm doing it wrong. And it just hurt my feelings. One, it made me mad. And it hurt me for the kids, because if we don't believe in our kids and don't believe that our kids can do it, then why are we there, you know? Okay, I'm going to end there. I'm not going to say any more. I may even cut this part out because it is too much on a Friday afternoon. Actually, I'm filming this. You'll see it on Saturday. So let's get to the fun part, the debt update. Okay, so this is going to be for September. If y'all watched my video from today, I completely put 2025 on my check-in. All right, so if you remember, we have been working on these debts, and as of right now, these are all paid in full. Okay, so we started out January, $57,928.90. Okay, so these are all paid off. I'm going to go ahead and put these little dashes, and you know what's going to bother me is that these dashes are slanted a little higher than these, but I'm going to not let that bother me today. All right, so this is our snowball card that we're working on, the Citibank. And if you watched my last check-in for September, you know that I had $550, something like that, to put toward our snowball. Okay, so I did not put it all toward the Citibank because my daughter is getting her braces off very soon, and I want to get the orthodontist paid off as well. So when her braces come off, that bill is gone as well. So I kind of split it up. So for Citibank, we owed at the end of September, or at the end of August, we owed $1,473.37. I made a payment of $334 this month, and that leaves us with a balance of $1,139.37. All right, so there's no interest on this card right now, so the entire amount came off the balance. All right, so the orthodontist, we at the end of August, we owed $730.30. I made a payment of $304.30 to get rid of that, so I can just have like straight up dollar amounts. And that left us with a balance of $426. And I should be able to get this paid off by the time her braces come off, so that'll be good. So that's a difference of $304.30 because there's no interest on that. It's just a payment plan we have through the orthodontist. All right, so John Deere, it was at $1,656.43. We paid $403.15. The new balance is $1,256.43, and that's a difference of $400. This is so nice to see, this amount going down so fast. Once you get under a certain amount, it just really seems to, go fast. Even though we're not paying any extra toward it, it just seems to be dropping. So next month, it'll be under 1,000. All right, Wells Fargo, it was $6,320.50. I paid $75, and that gave us a balance of $6,245.50. And that's a difference of $75 because that also has no interest to it until I think next August. And if this balance isn't gone by then, I'll just find another balance transfer card and transfer it again. I will have to pay like a 3% balance transfer fee, but that's better than having the interest accrue. Or I think the interest is not on what your balance is, but what your original balance was, and I do not want that. All right, so now these are our consumer cards and debt, except for the ortho. But these are our cars. So my car was $12,506.35 at the end of August. I made the regular payment that comes right out of my paycheck of $4.99, and that left me with a balance of $12,051.94. And that was a difference of $454.41. And you can see that more is going toward the principal than to interest. I think my interest rate on my car is around 4.5%. My husband's interest is around 3.95, I think. His is a little better than mine, or maybe it might be the other way around. But one of them, there's like a 0.5% difference. All right, and then the truck, the balance was $17,943.06. He made a regular payment of $470, and that brought the balance down to $17,535.02. And that's a difference of $408.04. Okay, so this is the fun part. This is where we get to total everything up, see how much we have paid off in 1 month, and then how much we've paid off since the beginning of January. So our total balance at the end of August was $40,630.01. And y'all probably remember that I was disappointed that I didn't get under the 40,000 mark, but we did it. We got down there. So our total payments that we made this month was $2,085.45 toward debt, bringing our balance to $38,654.26. And that is a difference with, interest and everything of $1,975.75. So you can see not much is going to interest. In fact, I actually calculated that. So interest, we spent $109.70. So not too bad, because I remember a day when every single credit card we had, every debt we had, I felt like the majority of the payment went to interest and just a little bit came off the balance. So finally we've turned that corner, and it's making a huge difference in how fast our debt progress is made. All right, so total debt since January 1st is $19,274.64. And if I was good at math, I would, if I was good at like calculating percentages, and I know I could do it, I'm not going to try it on camera. I could find out like what percentage of debt we've paid off in 9 months. But right now I'm just going to have to just not do that. Maybe one of y'all can do that for me. So I do know that we started out at 57.9, so almost 58,000, and we are under 40,000, so almost 20,000 paid off. I did say at the end of December I wanted to be halfway at the 50% mark. Let me see how much that would be divided by 2. Okay, so that's $28,964 is half. And I've paid off $19,274.64. And that's almost $10,000 difference. And I've only got October, November, and December. So divided by 3. Yeah. I don't think that's possible. That was a pretty hefty goal, to be 50% down in consumer debt in a year. Especially because, you know, prior to last school year, the years before that, right after COVID, there was a lot of incentive money for teachers, bonuses, summer school money, all of those things that have since gone away. So I don't get extra income like I was, which is why we paid a lot of debt off really quick. So now we're just using like regular income to pay it off. So it is going slower, but we're still getting there. We're still going in the right direction, and I'm happy about that. So friends, I am going to go ahead and get off of here. I've got my little cocktail here. This is my red beer. I can't remember what somebody else called it, something different, but it's the beer and the tomato juice. I love this stuff. And so I just made it as soon as I got home from work, and I put a little bit of salt in there because my niece taught me that salting beer is not too bad. And yeah, so I'm gonna go sit on the couch, watch some of you guys' videos, and just be glad that I'm at home for the weekend. And there's no hurricane this weekend, so. All right, I am gonna get off here. I think I've already said that. I'm gonna say it again. Friends, I really appreciate your support, and I know that if I leave that little segment in there, I know a lot of you are going to, you're going to give me some love in the comments, because you always do, and you always lift me up, and I appreciate that so much. Anyway, you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.